Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy XIII 2 walkthrough. Alright, so this is actually my first time doing any leveling through the Crystarium. That is, by the way, the leveling system in this game, much like, in the same way as it was in the original 13. So there are some pretty major differences, though, even in this version of the Crystarium. So, there are basically small nodes as well as large nodes. That's pretty big, because the small nodes, when you activate them, will only give you basically minor stat increases, whereas the large nodes will do stat increases as well as have a bonus depending on what level you are, depending on what role you use to activate them. So there I used the first node as a sentinel, so obviously I brought it from level 1 to level 2 and I got some minor increases. That second node was a large node and I went with the Ravager, or activated it with the Ravager to get the Ravager bonus. So every time you hit a large node as the Ravager, you'll get a +2 to your magic. Yeah, just like that. So that's really important to know. I would say that that's, in my opinion, the best way to do it, because you're going to get a lot better stats throughout the game. So as opposed to, let's just say you went Ravager, 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 just activated every single node with your Ravager. Problem is, once you hit level 99, then you're done leveling the Ravager, and if you do that all the way up, you'll get literally half as many bonuses. Maybe even not even that many, not even half possibly, because there's a lot of times where there's two small nodes right in a row. So you'll lose a lot of your potential stats by going that way. Granted, you will have a lot more HP because you would be, I shouldn't say that even. It depends. It depends on what nodes you activate with what. But like I said, anyways, I think it's really important to switch off like this. I'm basically going to level the Ravager role as much as I can with Serah, and level a lot of the Commando role as Noel.
No artifact yet, huh?
No, instead, my things are showing up in places they shouldn't be.
I wonder if someone's trying to mess with us.
I doubt it. No one here would do something like that.
I guess not. Unless they think they're doing the right thing.
It might not be a person at all. I mean, with time and space being warped everywhere, anything could happen, really.
Right. And that's how your things ended up out here? It's not a bad theory. Okay, so maybe we should ask if anyone else is missing stuff.
Let's head to the house and find out.
Alright, so apparently we're going to run around asking people if they're missing stuff. But anyways, back to the leveling a bit here. So like I said earlier, I'm going to level... I'm going to focus on the Ravager for Serah, focus on Commando for Noel for the time being. Obviously that will change a little bit later, and I'll start focusing or putting more focus on some of the other roles once I've unlocked them. But here I'm just trying to, again, explore as much as I can. There was a little corner of the map that I didn't explore right there. And I'm going to stop and speak with LeBro real quick.
How about it, future boy? Do you want a quick history lesson? I know people have changed since we came down to Pulse, but some folks have even learned how to use magic, like our Serah.
That mirror, it was never there before.
Hey, check it out.
Wait. Okay, what is that? How did that happen?
It's a twist in time. Something that doesn't belong.
Yeah.
I think this is an artifact.
We found an artifact, just as Noel said we would. Does this mean everything else he said is true? Did he really meet lightning in Valhalla? Maybe. Once I step through the gate, I'll be leaving my friends, my students, and the village for who knows how long. Can you tell me, Lightning? Do I dare believe this man?
Okay, so
Okay.
if I remember
Now
right,
we
this
just have
is
to head
our
for the
officially
gate.
our first artifact that we find
What was that artifact
in
doing
Sarah's room.
Well,
And here
mirror
is the
must have belonged to
reward
someone
for
else
the
in the
second
past.
set of live
or
triggers.
the future.
I'm not sure
wherever it came
exactly
from.
what it
didn't
was
belong here
off the
this
top of my
time.
head, but we're about to find
Scary
out.
stuff.
Where it comes from, it didn't belong here in this time. Scary stuff. Yeah, so this is... Well, there you go. Summary Parasol. So, like I said, with that artifact, it's one of those items that we now know is, not supposed to be here in this time for sure. Like, it's questionable whether Lightning's knife should have been here, as well as the necklace, Sarah's necklace. So, again, not really sure on whether or not those are technically supposed to be here in this timeline or not, but obviously, Giant's Mirror not supposed to be here. Pretty obvious.
I'm going to take this artifact and open that gate. But you still don't trust me, do you? I can see it in your eyes. If there's anything you're wondering about or don't believe, just ask, and I'll try to explain.
Well, there is one thing. What is it you want, exactly?
A future that has people in it. I lived at the end of days. I was the very last child to be born. As I grew up, everyone I knew died, one by one, until eventually it was just me. All their dreams fell on my shoulders. I was their last hope. It was too much, so I left. Sure, maybe I couldn't go home again. Maybe I couldn't make everyone happy. But at the very least, I could rebuild a future where everyone could survive. So I went through the gate. I wasn't thinking very clearly then. I had a dream, but I didn't think it all out. I didn't know what it really meant. But once I got here and saw how you and your friends live in this village, I knew my dream could come true. In Valhalla, your sister gave me a chance. She gave me hope. The future can be changed. That's what she told me, and I believe her.
I understand. Thank you, Noel. Thank you for telling me that.
You want to take a moment to say goodbye? before we
Okay,
leave?
so Sarah doesn't completely trust, I guess, or believe Noel, maybe I should say, quite yet. So she asks him, what do you want? And he just says, he wants to have a world where people are living there, which, again, makes sense. I don't know.
The gate is where the
Can't
main
imagine
path
there's that much point in living if you're literally the only human left.
You know,
So that's his deal. But anyway, so like I was saying earlier, again, I want to talk a little bit more. I just feel like I keep getting interrupted by the dialogue, which, whatever. It is what it is. There's a ton of dialogue in this game, which shouldn't knock because I think it's a good thing. It'd be pretty bland if it didn't have it. It's strange. There's always someone watching over you. Huh, okay. I don't know what that dialogue was actually all about. But anyway, so we'll get into a little bit more of the Chrysarium stuff a little bit later. I feel like it's pretty... There's not a whole lot that I feel like I need to talk about it right now. Again, I think it's really
feel
important,
bad.
though, to alternate those levels, meaning, I shouldn't even say that. That's... The main aspect of it is to make sure that you spend the large spheres
There's
on
still
the
monsters
Crystarium on
Keep a lookout.
your specific
I will.
roles.
Be
Now,
careful too, Noel.
I know I've mentioned it in one of the other videos. There was one of them that I literally swapped them both around, and I had Noel as being the Ravager, and I, got all of the Ravager boosts for him and focused really on magic. And whereas Sarah, I went with strength and focused on like the commando roll for her. I don't know. It was okay. It's again, it's one of those games where you can literally do anything you want, and you're going to do just fine. But I like to optimize, and I feel like Noel with the strength is the way to go, and same with Sarah. The magic is the way to go for her. There are some unique roles that have bonuses that behave in different ways. I believe that's mostly the Saboteur, though. So on the Saboteur, every even level, I think it is a strength boost, and the odd levels are the magic boost. So a very, very different, and like I said, I think that's the only role that's quite like that. I think maybe Synergist has... I'm not even going to talk about actually Synergist right now, because I just don't know. I'm not remembering. Either that or, yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to check into that, because I want to make sure I've got that right. Bit here. To get that.
I should have handled that alone.
Boy. But yeah, I think it's really important to kind of build that way. Yeah, okay, I had that right. So Saboteur, it's strength on the even levels and magic on the odd levels. Synergist works a little bit differently, where it's even levels, you get the HP bonus, so it's basically the same as the Medic and Sentinel bonus, whereas the odd levels gets you the extra magic. So I don't know really why they did it like that. So technically there's three roles that you can get HP bonuses from, again, that being Sentinel, Medic, and Synergist. And again, it's really weird because there isn't basically three different roles that you can get strength bonuses from. There's, if I'm remembering right now, only two. So that would be the Saboteur on even levels and the Commando. So long story short, it's easier actually to get magic bonuses in this game than it is to get strength bonuses. So again, that really lends to what I was speaking about earlier, where actually Noel just gets more passive strength as well. Just leveling. So again, I think that's the way to go. It seems to me that's the way the game is really pushing you as well. But again, do whatever you want, and you'll do just fine. But anyways, all right. So where are we at? We're cruising all the way to the gate. Can't remember if we have. I think we've got another boss fight now. Yeah, I think this is Gogmog Run 2.
Not again!
Okay. Not a whole lot different this time around. He does do some. Yeah, he uses, what is this? Is that because of causality barrier? Is what that ability is called? Not again though. Not a whole lot different from the original fight. It's going to take you a little bit longer, just because he does use that ability. But the strategy is essentially the same. If you want to swap to, oh now I forget what the two-person Sentinel paradigm is called. I know it's Taurus, but he's got 3 Sentinels. I might swap. We'll see if I swap. I might not though. I may have just went straight. Just attacked the whole time. I think once you've got him staggered, he just drops like a rock too. So that's pretty typical of any all of the enemies. Is once you've got them staggered, they're just maybe that's not 100%. For sure. Okay, so that was that. Super easy. Yeah, I didn't swap Paradigms won't. So there's another iron bangle for you if you need one. I think that's the second one. And they're decent, you know, for starter items. Gogmilk Fragment Beta. Okay. Okay, and now Chocobos appear for the first time. Chocobos are marginally useful and super useful in some cases. So it's a mixed bag. Sometimes you absolutely need them, and sometimes not so much. They've got you know, usual or the same thing that the other games do with the Chocobos usually applies here. So that being, you usually don't get into encounters in the other Final Fantasy games. So that holds up for this game as well. There will not be any encounters, so you don't have to worry about, you know, fighting when you're on the back of a Chocobo, which comes in handy at certain points where you just want to move through an area quickly. There are also, much like with a couple of the other games that I can think of for sure, Final Fantasy X, actually Final Fantasy VII even, now that I'm thinking about it, there's just areas that you can only get to while riding a Chocobo. So again, very useful in some areas. But anyways, alright, so here's the gate. We're going to have a ton of dialogue once we actually interact with that. I was questioning whether or not I should go through the gate right away, or if I should go back and get the, I think it was get the medical kit. I don't remember if I got that in this video or not. But if I did, which to be fair, I should have.
Once we go through, there might be no coming back.
Okay, so here's your choice on whether you want to go through or not. I just said wait for a minute. I don't really know why. Again, I was questioning whether or not I should go back and get the get the medical kit, because again, I don't remember if I grabbed it or not. I may have, and then bring it back to Nell. So you basically just get a fragment for it, which I mean, it's not really actually that useful right now to get that one. So again, I would say up to you on whether or not you decide to go back and get that or not. But I think, yeah, I just kind of second guessed my decision here, and I was like, okay, I think I'll head back. So I actually end up heading back to the gate after this fight, and then I just, you know, I basically leave. But pretty much that's going to be it for this video. There's a bunch more dialogue here after this battle, and it pretty much carries us through to the end of the video. So I'm actually just going to cut the commentary here. And, you know, as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you've done it for more videos. And thanks for watching.
Are you sure you're ready? You know, once we go through, there might be no coming back.
Yes, I'm ready to go. It's not a dream or a lie. I know my sister is alive out there. I'm sorry I doubted you. Of all people, I should know how bad it can make you feel when no one believes what you say. Snow put all his trust in me. Now it's my turn to do the same for you. I've made up my mind. You and I. We go together.
I won't let you down. We'll find Valhalla, I promise. So, you're not gonna say goodbye?
There's no need. We already have, sort of.
Quiet.
Lightning's knife. It's been sharpened and cleaned.
Well, you did that.
Hey, shut up.
Look, my pendant has a brand new chain.
Oh, okay.
And Snow was purring like a kitten. Someone gave him a good brushing.
Hey,
Why don't you guys go fess up?
What?
Go on. You too.
Hey, Sarah. I figured no way you're leaving the pendant behind. So I made a chain, you know, so you wouldn't lose it.
If Lightning is alive out there, wouldn't want her getting mad over a poorly maintained weapon. You know her.
If you leave, someone's gotta pick up the slack looking after Snow, so I volunteered myself.
Thanks, guys. It's time for me to go. I don't know what's waiting out there, in the future, between worlds. But I want to see Lightning so much. If there's any chance at all, I want to take it.
You can go. But you have to come back in one piece. Promise?
I promise. If I believe, maybe a miracle will happen.
the future won't change until you make the first step.
You know what you're doing, right?
Well, I can't say that I do. This is the first time I've opened a gate myself. Guess we'll just have to find out.
Hey, what about Sarah?
I'll protect her. I promise you. I vow never to let her come to harm.
Godot.
And trust me, for Sarah's sake.
I guess this is it.
Guess so. Looks like the future starts now.
I'll be back.
Sarah, you set out on your journey for my sake. You believed in a promise. You believed in a future you could not see. I will keep fighting here, at the end of the world. I know you will come. I believe in you.
Sarah. This place is incredible.
It's the Historia Crux. The crossroads of the time continuum.
So this is how you were able to travel backwards from the future?
Right. Just floated through this nowhere space. And now it's your turn.
Time and memory frozen in crystal. A young man called Noel appears in the village at the same time as the mysterious Time Gate. He claims to be from the future.
Hey guys, you're back. Not that you've been away that long. A few hours ago, right? That's when we saw you off, but look at you now. You've changed somehow. Like you've gone through a lot in a short time. So Noel was telling the truth about time travel and all that jazz. Don't tell the townsfolk about it, though. Who knows how they'll react. You gotta be tired. Go home, get some rest.
We don't have enough manpower.
Godot seems really busy.
Yes, that's it. You found my kit. I've been using this kit since I lived on Cocoon. Couldn't believe I'd lost it. It's funny how you get attached to these things. I'm sorry it's not much of a reward, but here. Ever seen a rock like this? I found it just over there. Do me a favor and try not to get yourselves hurt. I've got enough patients already. There aren't many people who like to play nurse around here.